obviously, I want to start with what I think is the most confrontational song on it, which is "The Way Things Should End." Politically charged, which I don't know how you feel about it. I'll say for me personally, I'm fine with politics in the music. If you say it where you're supposed to say it, that's cool. I don't need to be preached at. I don't think a lot of people do. I don't think you do from what I saw, looking on online. I didn't see a whole lot of you need to vote this way or that. I didn't see that from you. How important is it for you to have a message beyond, that is real, but at the same time not turn it into, well, I'm a preacher and the music's just one way I tell you what to do.
Um, well, first of all, I think like, I have very strong beliefs, but I don't think
Sure.
being a preacher, that doesn't work. It's not very particularly effective. So if I want to like reach people that, gathering this large platform in front of me and just being like, you like me, you like my music, now you have to think this way. Like that's not going to be effective in like, changing anybody's beliefs. But I would say to me, it kind of like I'm very passionate about, a lot of things. Like, you can obviously hear it in the EP politically. Like, I one of the specific things that I talk about a lot pretty consistently is the climate and like, Mother Nature. I'm a huge climate advocate. Like, that's like really a big, big, big thing for me. But a lot of the times it can be very overwhelming because we're bombarded with like all this news all the time and we're
Hmm.
constantly in like this state of panic. Our poor amygdala attacks, like like our poor amygdalas are just like they've had enough at this point. Our
Right.
nervous systems are just truly broken down. So I like to think of it as like, all right, this is the way I can comfortably contribute my opinion in a way that's like effective and like can reach people, like I'm not I don't know, there's a lot of martyrdom that surrounds I don't even know, like protesting and speaking up and like, and it's like, oh, well, if you're not doing enough and like you should be doing more, like obviously, like, yes, like, I think
Hmm.
everybody has the capability to do like lots and lots of wonderful things. But I also
Sure.
think, it can be really easy to burn yourself out with how, just like terrible everything going on around us is. So I think if we all find a way where we can comfortably and consistently contribute to whatever, beliefs like we have or like, be an activist in a way that works for us where it's sustainable, then
Hmm.
do it. And for me, that's like writing music and like talking on these podcasts and stuff like that because, it's not going to wear me down. Like this is like a really comfortable outlet for me to
Sure.
to speak on a lot of these things and stuff like that and like have it be effective and continue to keep doing it. And and as the platform gets bigger, cool, I'm glad. But I'll share how I feel about a lot of things, like, but
Hmm.
I won't force it upon anybody by any means. Like,
Sure.
we have listeners of all types, like, but and I think we're very strongly opinionated, that's for sure. But
Oh yeah.
again,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna like shove it on anybody, but I will be loud about what I believe for sure.
Sure. And in a way, there's plenty of examples out there of artists, and specifically in this more extreme music, that have burned their bridge by being too much out. OTEP comes to mind right off the top of my head. I mean, she has strong opinions, and it kind of ruined her career because people started caring more about her opinions than her music, and then that was kind of it. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's not my goal, but
Sure.
I also I'm not one of those people who doesn't think music or like I think music does belong in I mean sorry, politics belongs in music. Like music is
Sure.
inherently political, art is inherently political. It's like inherent it's counterculture. So,
Hmm.
like this kind of music, it's counterculture. So for you to be an enjoyer and a consumer of this type of music, you're engaging in counterculture. So a lot of the time, these kind of beliefs are going to be like, you know, poised alongside, the kind of music and like these messages are going to be there and they're going to be pretty present the more extreme, you go.